Hello everyone, this is Limpy, welcoming you to the free MMORPG weekly news update for the week ending March 22nd, 2013. As you know, I hate to hear about games shutting down, but once again this week, we have a few games to report on that are headed into retirement. As of April 30th, 7 Core will be no more. Yet, with all ends, there are new beginnings. The 7 Core team is currently discussing attractive offers that will entice 7 Core gamers over to other titles on the publisher's roster. Plus, all G-Potatoes spent between February 1st and present will be reimbursed in full, with a 30 to 75% reimbursement for purchases made prior to February. Now if 7 Core has to go, then at least it will go out with a bang. Though the in-game shop is already closed, the 7 Core team is working on a plan to make all shop items available for free. Now best of all, during the final period of gameplay, the team will boost EXP gain and run various player events to ensure that 7 Core passes blissfully into that good night. Also on the chopping block, and with a concentrated focus on publishing and distribution in mind, Game & Go has decided not to proceed with the development of the post-apocalyptic free MMORPG Grimlands. As the game still requires substantial funds to bring it to completion, this seems to be the case of quitting while behind so as not to get further behind. It's a different story for the successful fantasy MMORPG Fiesta Online. After the acquisition of the US license, Italian, Spanish, and French language versions are planned for Italy, Mexico, and Canada. But the Ottomans lose their empire yet again, with the Turkish language version of Lost Chaos going the way of the dodo. One more shutdown to report on is Princeton Tale 2, the second Enigma. Due to the lack of content and support from the developer, Princeton Tale 2, the second Enigma has no more tales to tell. But the Princeton Tale website will remain available to players who wish to communicate with one another and exchange contact info. And if you thought Gamercraft was going to leave their gamers drifting in a virtual void, you were mistaken. All Princeton Tale 2 accounts will be transferred over to the new upcoming MMORPG, the Aurora World. Though similar in outward appearance to Princeton Tale 2, the Aurora World is coupled with an overwhelming amount of exciting content from PvE to PvP, robust features, and dedicated support from its developer. Reimbursements, gift packages, and the opportunity to reserve clan names will further ease the transition from one world to the next. Now speaking of the Aurora World, the free MMORPG hits North America March 28th with its open beta launch. And your country's honor is at stake. Compete in the National Honor Campaign through nationwide PvP events, and gamers with the highest jest points in their nation will win awesome prizes. Now, after the cataclysmic war between the gods and heaven, players must fulfill daily quests in order to unite the powers of good and vanquish the evil that brought destruction to the land. Graduation gifts await the players reaching level 25, 30, and 40. An extensive PvE experience, events and crafting, alongside a robust PvP system, the Aurora World also offers the unique hybrid pet mount system, Majins, that will aid players throughout their dangerous journey. Invite your friends to join in the battlefield and receive cool rewards as a thank you for adding another fighter to their ranks. With more heroes, more towers, and best of all, more loot, and who doesn't need more loot? Dungeon Defenders 2 you've come to know and love is in pre-alpha. Its first look at gameplay was Friday, March 22nd at PAX East. But that's not all. Dungeon Defenders 2 new cooperative mode is in closed beta, and yes, it's a MOBA. Players can sign up and join the waiting list for a beta key at PAX East or at on their website. Best of all, Dungeon Defenders 2 will be free to play. Other highlights include Playverse, cross-platform play, and Dungeon Defenders 2 is currently being developed for the PC, the Mac, iOS, Android, and the browser. Now Blizzard announced this past week at PAX East an all-new free-to-play strategy title, HearthStone Heroes of Warcraft. Players will be able to battle it out against each other in this free-to-play trading card game with over 300 cards, different characters, and skills all set in the Warcraft universe. Additional card backs will be available for players to collect cards of varying rarity, and players will also be able to craft their own cards in an attempt to complete their deck. The game will be available on PC, Mac, and the iPad later this year. Also this past week at PAX East, Gazillion Entertainment gave us the release date for the upcoming free action RPG title Marvel Heroes. Those players who've been chomping at the bit will get their fill starting June 4th. And for those of you in the Founders Program, you'll see the game several days earlier on May 28th. It was also confirmed that PvP will be part of the final product and will be available at game's launch. Additionally, players can expect a wide range of endgame content including boss runs and ultimate powers. Hunted Cow Studios has a reputation for listening to its gamers' feedback, We expect no less this time around as the closed beta test for Divin, a story-driven title in the fantasy world on the brink of war. Whether you choose to be a grunt in the army or a mage in the Arcane Council, your quest is to recover magical artifacts responsible for the Shattered Peace. In the closed beta test for this free browser-based MMORPG, players will be able to experience the first 30 levels of the game. You'll also be able to specialize in 6 talent trees and be able to participate in 6 co-op group dungeon instances. Adventurers will also be able to level up in 14 different professions to unlock a trove of story-driven content. Browser-based, customizable heroes, appeals to both casual and the hardcore gamers, and we like the sound of this tune. Publisher GameFuse has launched its free browser-based fantasy MMORPG Wartune 1.5. Full of myths and legends, the player is the hero, and the hero is judged by his courage and skills on the battlefield. There are 6 different hero classes to choose from, along with an explosive guild warfare, PvP action, numerous boss battles, solo and group quests, and crossover server battles. Yes, my friends, those virtual castle walls have come tumbling down. Up to 1,000 warriors can do combat in open world battles. Talk about epic fight between good and evil. So choose your weapon now. A new kind of gaming journey awaits. Sticking with my war theme, pilots will enjoy a more convenient and stylish user interface in version 1.29 of Gaijin Entertainment's free military shooter War Thunder. Better graphics, sound effects, improved air brake animations, and more realistic camera effects when shooting make for a much more pleasant flight. Coffee, tea, shells ricocheting from the ground, anyone? Additionally, dedicated US War Thunder servers are expected to vastly improve the connection and reduce ping for players in North America. The project also now fully supports headset tracker, GameTrex V Track MKI. Time to become the top pilot for your country. Creatures of the Night are expected to dominate the free MMORPG Moonlight Online, where you are the chosen one, who will determine the fate of Anasgard. Players not only get to design characters from vampires, werewolves, and humans, but when your gaming rage gets the better of you, your character will transform for 30 seconds into its inner beast. Vampires, considered the strongest race in Anasgard, turn into a winged demon, werewolves into a giant wolf, and humans into a shining angel. Each transformation comes with an enhanced combat abilities, so watch the rage meter. When it peaks, that taste for blood might just become unquenchable. Enchanted weapons, unholy villains, and beautiful scenery all accompany you in your quest to save the world. And best of all, your racial skills come with their own individual graphics, making every Moonlight Online gamer's experience entirely unique to them. The one-of-a-kind free browser trading card game, Kings and Legends, will launch new updates later this month. The tactical trading card game is giving us the royal treatment with the introduction of an all-new PvE mode, known as the Ascension Tower, where users have only 7 days to advance to the highest level and be rewarded for their successful climb. Many new human and elf cards with new abilities, as well as booster packs, will be introduced, and you don't have to wait to see them. Get a sneak peek today on the Kings and Legends Facebook page. Players should also stay tuned for details on April's upcoming tournaments. Multiple tournaments will take place each and every day, featuring prizes fit for a king, whether you're part of a guild or an individual player. Now is your chance to become a legend. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your joystick. It's time to trick out that all-new Jaeger-Mech's cockpit with new mech statues. Take it for a stroll in the all-new gorgeously rendered map, the Turlemagne Desert, all part of the latest update of Piranha Games' MechWarrior Online. Greater controls, gas pedal, arm lock, center legs to torso are a few other additions with this week's update. But don't enter the fray based on my words alone. Check out the new tactical tools for yourself at the Testing Grounds gameplay mode before marching onto the battlefield. Now if you're feeling up to a little mech to mech, don't miss out on the March Leaderboard Challenge, dubbed as Heavy vs. the World. And this takes place from March 22nd to March 25th, so today's the last day to get involved. Leading independent game developer Masthead Studios revealed its concept art for new tactical devices to be released this spring in Guns N' Robots. The GNR community made their wish list clear. They needed to see team positions to better build strategies for dealing with approaching enemies, and they got just that in the form of the minimap. And who doesn't like surviving a horrendous body injury? I know I prefer it to death. Now, the gamer can employ the shield, allowing him time to react while searching for a place to take cover. Landmines that blow up on or under the ground and turns that refresh gameplay. Nicely round off this update. Join the open beta of Guns N' Robots yourself now at play-gar.com. Little things can mean the difference in every battle, so do your duty, take up arms, and defend the Microworld and tracker attackers. The latest update of the popular free-to-play cartoon-style third-person shooter Microvolts. The tracker boss has invaded and installed a base camp at the Microworld Academy, and the menacing machines have already captured or destroyed thousands of your innocent comrades. Will you stand by and do nothing when you have 4 weapons of micro-destruction at your disposal and 7 weapons of gold? Or are you a tracker sympathizer scum? Players assisting the teammate with enemy kills will now earn assist points. But you know what glory you're really after? That ultimate trophy of battle, the gold tracker head. Now that's all for this week, but for more info on all these titles, head on over to MMODen.com. Also, comment on this and other MMODen videos, as well as come checking out my live stream on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/MMODen and earn a chance to win one of our 10 weekly prizes given out each and every Monday. For now, this is Limpy for MMODen. Until next time, thanks for watching.